Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 4 in season number 4 of the Aero Electric Pro Series. We are here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway for the Coca-Cola 100k, a 21-lap event around this 3-mile-long speedway somewhere in Massachusetts. I don't know where. I think it's Concord, Massachusetts. Maybe. Might be where it's fictionally located. It's just not a real racetrack, so it's not like that really matters. But anyways, guy you see right in the middle of your screen, that's James Richardson. He comes into today's race the points leader, 32 points towards the championship. He is so far the only, well, he is the only driver who has received points in every single event this season. And he's on the verge of doing it for a 4th straight race here in the Aero Electric Pro Series. John Arndt's only 4 points behind him, though. And Blaine Keyes and Nicholas Samadeo tied for 3rd in the point standings, both 5 points behind. And Daytona winner Caleb Hoffman has not gained any points since Daytona, but he's still very much so in the championship hunt. Everybody kind of still is. It's early on in the season. He's only 7 points behind coming into today's race. Only 2 guys who have yet to gain any points so far in the Aero Electric Pro Series is Richard Kinghart and TJ Starr. And considering that we only have 2 guys who have yet to gain points, it's actually pretty good for the 4th race of the season. It's definitely been a very competitive season, and these guys have definitely been gaining some points in these last few races here. It's kind of how it always is in the Aero Electric Pro Series. They all gain points. Every single driver gains points really early on, and then as the season kind of winds down, the more championship-prone drivers tend to do a little bit better. Trying to make it seem like I knew what I was talking about there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here for the Coca-Cola 100k. And I'm hitting the wrong button. It's going to be, like I said, a 21-lap race. Let's go ahead and restart it so that Jesse Turner can start the race. And hopefully everybody rolls off this time. And it does appear that they will. So all 24 drivers ready to start this one here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway for the Coca-Cola 100k. The starting lineup rolling on the bottom of your screen. It is the points leader and the Auto Club winner, James Richardson, starting on the pole position. The defending champion as well. He's got a lot of titles here in the Aero Electric Pro Series. Definitely one of the most successful drivers in this series, leading the points, and he's going to lead the field of the green flag in the number 17. Alongside him, number 1 of Alex Bonsignor. And row number 2, we have ourselves Dale Salzman, still trying to grab his first career win here on Napa Fan after many years of trying. But this Aero Electric Pro Series might be the place he does it. Not necessarily in today's race, but he might do it in a future race here in the Electric Pro Series. We're just going to have to see. Definitely a great driver, and definitely has the potential of winning. Emily Anderson starting alongside the number 18 in row number 2. Row number 3, have another one of those drivers who has yet to receive any points this season, is TJ Starr in the number 4, him along with Richard Kinghart, the only 2 drivers yet to receive any points towards the championship yet. He starts alongside Christian Master in row number 3. Row number 4, we have John Sheets and Garrett Senor. And row number 5, it's Nick Johnson and Thomas Troxel. There's the number 18 of Caleb Hoffman, the Daytona winner. And there is our last winner here in the Aero Electric Pro Series, the number 88 of Nicholas Samadeo, who won Dirt Extreme 4 last Wednesday. Of course, this race is basically the polar opposite of Dirt Extreme 4. Big, fast, super speedway. And we have a majority of these on the schedule, quite a few super speedways on the schedule, so it's good to get that super speedway practice in, because a good third of the schedule at least is made up of these super speedways. Of course, this is one of the bigger ones we go to here in the Aero Electric Pro Series, but it's definitely one of the best ones, the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. There are no pit stops in this race, but the cautions are turned on, and if a crash happens, we will have ourselves a yellow flag. Anyways, pace car is pulled off. I'm ready to get this one started. James Richardson, Alex Bonsignor. We're green flag racing here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. And already you see John Arndt, who comes into this race second in the points, peek out. But Richardson's going to be able to stay out front in the number 17 for now. There goes Salzman with a run to the inside. And the 18 of Dale Salzman. He's going to take the lead away from the number 17. A couple guys in the wall. Jay Jefferson scraped it a little bit, and so did the 19 of Caleb Hoffman. We saw a lot of guys scrape the outside wall in the Hers Elimination Series race here on Saturday. And these guys, it's probably going to be more of the same as it was in that Hers Elimination Series race. It looks like John Sheets is going to go a little high. He might not hit the wall, and as I say that, he does. Might want to watch for this back in here. And there goes Turner. In the number 43, he goes around, but he saves it, and I believe we're going to remain green. That is the first ever winner on Napafan. One of the best drivers we have here. And he saved that race car at about 200 miles per hour going sideways. He might not get any points in this race, but he definitely deserves some brownie points for that one in the number 43. Emily Anderson led the first lap of action, but she's in the outside wall now. And it's Eric Powers in the number 20 who has taken the lead here on lap 2 of 21. Now, early on, if this thing happens to go green the whole way through, early on in the race, passing is going to be very frequent. But if this thing has a long green flag run, it goes green to the end of the race, near the end of the race, passing is going to be very infrequent. So you might want to get up front at about lap 12 or maybe lap 15 or so, and you might be able to stay out front to the end of the race if you can do so. Eric Powers leads lap number 2 here in the Coca-Cola 100k. They're 4 wide behind him. That's Tristan Ellen and Nicholas Samedeo. They're on the inside. Alexander Rowe, Isaac Nichols in the middle of all this. They might go 5 wide. They're coming close to going 5 wide. Nicholas Samedeo to the inside of Tristan Allen, Isaac Nichols, and Nick Johnson in the outside wall hard. Remember, only the top 10 finishers receive championship points here in the Aero Electric Pro Series, so if you're not in the top 10, this is just as good as finishing 11th as it is finishing 24th. They all receive 0 points. John Arndt out front in the number 24. He got around Eric Powers to take the lead on lap 3 of the race, and it looks like the number 24, John Arndt, is going to lead lap number 3 here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. It looks like Jesse Turner is the only guy who has really fallen off of the pack here. We got the pole sitter, James Richardson, who's falling back to 23rd. See Marty Johnson, Dale Salzman, and Caleb Hoffman. A lot like the Daytona 500 there, where those Toyotas did not really do too well. And we got 3 Toyotas back in here, outside the top 10, and off the pack a little bit here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Back to the lead, John Arndt still continues to lead this thing here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Blaine Keys, Tristan Allen, trying to get to the inside of Christian Master, who is currently running in the 2nd position. But it's John Arndt remaining out front for now. Master to the inside of the 24. And the number 2 of Christian Master is going to take the lead on lap 4 of 21 here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. TJ Starr in the outside wall, and that might result in a caution. And it will. Eric Powers around. And there goes John Sheets into the inside wall. First caution of the race here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Eric Powers around in the number 20 as TJ Starr hit the outside wall. It was too close for comfort, and they went around. And John Sheets, that's going to be the end of the day for him in the number 27 as he hit the inside wall pretty significantly there on lap number 4 of 21. I believe that they are slowing down, and there is no race back to the line because it happened exiting turn number 4. Christian Master is the leader here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Let's go ahead and review the crash that happened here on lap number 4 of 21 at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Remember, there are no pit stops in this race, so that's why we're going to go ahead and review the crash right now. Well, this is TJ Starr here in the number 4, and this is midway through the corner, and he's already rubbing that wall too much. And it's kind of obvious because he's glitching the wall so much. His car is in the wall. I mean, that's how hard he's hitting it. And definitely a lot of significant damage here to number 4. And as he comes off the corner here, see Eric Powers tries to get to the inside of him, but TJ Starr kind of bounces back up and gets into the 20. And Powers has nowhere to go. He gets spun around by the number 4. And the 20 is sliding. Now remember, back on lap 1 of the race, Jesse Turner had that same situation happen to him, and he was able to save it. And Powers was probably going to be able to save it if it weren't for the 27 coming into him. But that didn't work out too well for the 27, sliding to the inside wall and gaining significant damage to the front end of his race car, which is going to put him out of this race here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Eric Powers is probably going to be able to continue if I can locate him here. as I believe he only got rear end damage, so he should be able to continue, but 27 is definitely going to be out of this race, and that's good news for these guys who kind of straggled behind this pack because of hitting the outside wall. They're going to have a chance at rejoining the pack in this one on this restart. Let's go ahead, replay it in real time, and then we'll get to the restart here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Following with the number 4 of TJ Starr, one of the 2 drivers who have yet to receive championship points this season. And you see what happens. Eric Powers just cuts it too close. Well, that 4 is on the outside wall, and you see what happens afterwards. Eric Powers getting spun in the 20. And he actually did hit the front end of his race car there on the inside wall, there, the pit road wall, and he might not be running as fast as everybody else, and he might be out of contention for the win in this one. Tough break for both of those guys, but that's just super speedway racing for you. There's your leader, Christian Master, in the number 2, leads the field here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Let's go ahead and see what he does on the restart here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. We're back here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway for the Coca-Cola 100k. We're going to restart on lap 9 of 21. We're about halfway down the backstretch on the final lap before the green flag. Christian Master leads the field in the number 2. Right behind him, it's John Arndt in the number 24, who is looking to take the points lead at the end of this race. He's only 4 points behind James Richardson, and if John Arndt can gain 8th position or better in this race and have Richardson not fall in the top 10, John Arndt would at least tie with Richardson in the point standings. Tristan Allen right behind the 24, and then it's Blaine Keys in the 42, and Zachary Fitzwater, who won the Season 1 Chick-fil-A All-Star race here back in 2015. So Zachary Fitzwater, even though it was almost 2 years ago, he knows how to get it done here at this racetrack. Alexander Rowe, Richard Kinghart trying to gain his first points of the season. Our last winner, Nicholas Sanmedillo, Garrett Tenor, and Thomas Troxel round out the top 10. And that's where you want to be in all these races here in the Air Electric Pro Series, as the top 10 are the only spots that receive championship points. I know I say that thing so much, but I just want you guys to know, you know. I want to be very informational to you guys, and I want to make sure you understand everything that's going on. I want to make it a good viewing experience for you, and I want you to understand everything. I mean, we don't understand the NASCAR point system, do we? But you understand this one, right? And that's because I keep on saying it over and over again. It's kind of subliminal, you know. Anyways, to the lead. John Arndt trying to get to the inside of Christian Master on lap 9 of 21. Allen's going to fall back in the 14. You might want to watch for him hitting the outside wall here. Looks like he's going to avoid it. But the number 24 to the inside of the 2, and John Arndt definitely looking like one of the stronger guys in this race than the number 24. And it does appear that a lot of these guys back in here are going to rejoin this pack possibly. 18 to Dale Salzman was off the draft, and I believe he's going to catch back up to it in number 18. Remember, Jay Jefferson also fell off the draft a little bit early on in the race, so it looks like those guys are going to regain the draft. It looks like Richardson and Turner are a little too slow, though, and oh boy, looks like somebody hit the outside wall, and they all scrambled to avoid him. It might have been Tristan Allen in the 14. It looks like he is getting passed by a lot of guys here, and it's crazy out there here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. And Zachary Fitzwater, he took the lead there on lap number 9. Here comes Alexander Rowe to the inside. John Arndt, I said he was one of the stronger guys of this race so far. He hit the outside wall a little bit there, but I believe he's going to be okay to continue. Blaine Keys and I think Richard Kinghart hit the outside wall as well. Nicholas Sanmedillo trying to go 2 in a row here in the Air Electric Pro Series. He started last in this race, and there he goes to the inside of Alexander Rowe, but here comes Thomas Troxel in the 11 trying to take it away from the 88. And it's going to be a side-by-side battle for the lead. They bumped off each other rather significantly back in there. That was Dale Salzman and Blaine Keys, and Keys hit the wall so hard he had to come down the pit lane. We're still green here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. This one definitely ramping up in excitement in this one. Number 11 taking the lead, Garrett Tenor to the inside of the 11. Garrett Tenor trying to get his 18th career win, while some of these guys are trying to get there first, like Dale Southman, Thomas Troxel, a couple of those guys who have never won before on this channel. Another one of those guys who have, actually, Emily Anderson has won before. She won a Hers Dash Series race at Indianapolis. I almost thought she didn't win. Nicholas Sanmedillo to the inside of Garrett Tenor. Troxel able to stay out front for now, but Sanmedillo's looking to the inside. And John Arndt's still in the mix here for this one. Richard Kinghart in the top 10 trying to grab his first points of the season. Looking pretty consistent right now in the number 3, but a lot of these guys still have a chance of winning this thing. Even guys back in here like Alonso and Turner, even Richardson could win this race in the number 17. He started on the pole. He lost the draft before the caution came out, but he is back in this thing here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Looks like a good race is brewing here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Senor and Master in the outside wall a little bit, but nothing major. Number 22, Alexander Rowe, another one of those newer guys trying to grab his first win of the season and first win of his career. Looking to the inside of John Arndt and Thomas Troxel, but it's our last winner trying to go 2 in a row, Nicolas Samadillo in the 88. If he were to get this win, I do believe he would have over 50 points towards the championship. John Arndt, Emily Anderson, Thomas Troxel, Garrett Sonora all almost in the wall there, but I believe they avoided it. And this might be where we start to see these guys have a little trouble passing. Nicolas Samadillo has led quite a few laps so far in this one, and as they battle side by side for second and third place, it's just going to be easier for the 88 to stay out front. Kinghart and Hoffman in the outside wall there. Kinghart almost hit the outside wall, but he was okay. How about the number 1 of Alex Bonsignor? He started on the outside pole for this race. He fell back, and this is about the first time we've mentioned him in this one. He has not won since August of 2016. It's been a while since he won a race here on Napa Fan. And then number 1 has a pretty good chance of winning here today, Alonso. And how about Nick Johnson also trying to grab his first win of his career in the number 31. Richardson's in this pack as well. Jesse Turner, our first winner. Caleb Hoffman also in the mix to win this one here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Richard Kinghart trying to take second away from Nicolas Samadillo. He's going to get a run to the inside of leader Alexander Rowe for the lead. The number 3 trying to grab his first points of the season, and it might just be a win here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Alex Bonsignor on the inside. Hairgel Arvin Alonso, you see the damage on his race car. He's in contention to win this thing, and James Richardson on this inside lane. He's got a chance as well. Master Turner. Remember, Turner fell off the pack very early on. He was sliding. Do you remember that? On the first lap of the race, he was sliding, exiting turn number 4, and here he is on the inside lane, the Season 2 winner of this race. I actually forgot that he won here in Season 2 of the Air Electric Pro Series. He knows how to get it done here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway, and he's got a good chance of winning even after that slide that he had on lap number 1. Didn't think he would be in contention to win after that one. Richard Kinghart, the leader in the number 3, Alex Bonsignor, trying to get to the inside of him. Bonsignor running in second. Here comes the 88 of Nicolas Samadillo, who's been in the top 5 for quite a while now in the number 88. Alonso and James Richardson, the pole sitter. One of the best drivers we've seen in this series, trying to take 4th away from the number 5. Not able to get to the inside of Alonso, but Alonso's able to get to the inside of his teammate Nicolas Samadillo. And even with a few laps left in this race, they still have not gotten single file, and these guys are still racing very, very aggressively. And they're going 4 wide back in there. Not just 3 wide, but still. They're still all over the place here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. And still, any of these guys in this pack has a chance of winning this thing. Richardson in the outside wall. That might be it for the 17. He was moving his way up, but he might lose a little bit too much on this pack, especially with only 6 laps to go if he's going to get the win in this one. And this is very good news for Richard Kinghart. And actually, no, Nicolas Samadillo is going to get a run. I saw him going single file there, and I thought Kinghart's going to have a pretty good chance at holding the lead. But no, Turner in the outside wall hard. And Nicolas Samadillo back to the inside of the number 3 of Kinghart, and Samadillo's going to lead with 5 laps to go here in the Coca-Cola 100k. 3 wide. Where did he come from? Isaac Nichols in the 48, looking to take 3rd away from Alex Bonsignor and get to the inside of Richard Kinghart for 2nd, and John Arndt's back in the mix in the number 21. Alexander Rowe, Caleb Hoffman. I believe Hoffman might have been one of those guys who had lost the draft before the caution came out. He's currently in the top 10. Christian Master was first on the restart. And Nick Johnson trying to grab his first career victory on Napa Fan. Look at Hoffman going 4 wide. That's Caleb Hoffman, a 15-time winner here on Napa Fan, the opening race winner here in the Air Electric Pro Series. He won at Daytona, but he has not gained any points since that race. You see these guys, they continue to hit that outside wall. I don't know who that was that just hit. I know somebody hit, but I did not catch a glance at see who it actually was. Richard Kinghart trying to get to the inside of Nicholas Samadillo for the lead. He's going to be able to do so with only 4 laps to go in this race. Isaac Nichols in the 48, drafting the 3, a dark horse for this one in the Coca-Cola 100k. I believe Nichols is also going for his first career win on Napafan as well. Here comes Sergio Larvin Alonso. He's gotten double-digit wins here on this channel before, I believe. And the number 1 of Alex Boxer, only 6 career wins, but he's trying to go for number 7. He's going to push the number 5 of Sergio Larvin Alonso to the inside of Isaac Nichols for the lead. And we have ourselves 3 laps to go here in the Coca-Cola 100k, and any of these drivers can still win this race. Nichols is going to lead with 3 laps to go. They're 4 wide for the lead. Caleb Hoffman to the inside of Bonsignor and Alonso. He's not going to be able to get to the inside of the leaders. And the 48 of Isaac Nichols remains out front, but Alonso has a pretty good chance at this one and all. Richard Kinghart just scraped the outside wall tremendously. He had a chance of winning this one and gain his first points of the season. He might still gain a couple of points, but he's going to lose a lot of ground after that one. Tough break for the number 3. Back to the lead, Isaac Nichols still out front in the 48. And if you remember last year's race when Trey Barta won this thing, he led the final few laps of that one because they got single file behind them and nobody could pass them. It's a little bit different now. They're a little bit crazier out here, and they're able to get the run to the inside. But Nichols might have a pretty good chance of winning this thing in the number 48. 2 laps to go here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway. Alexander Rowe still with a chance of winning this thing in the number 22. He's going to get to the inside of Sergio Larvin Alonso for second. Nicholas Samadillo might help him, but Samadillo might try to make it 3 wide for the second position. And if they continue to do that, Isaac Nichols is going to have a very easy time at winning this event. Christian Masters still with a chance in number 2. Will he be able to get the victory in that 2 machine? We're just going to have to see. Alexander Rowe, if anybody's going to get around this 48, it might be that 22, but we're just going to have to see. It's going to be the white flag for Isaac Nichols in the number 48. Will he grab his first career win on Napafan, or will Alexander Rowe grab his first career win on this channel? Or will Nicholas Samadillo, the veteran driver, spoil the party? It's going to be one of these 3 guys. There goes Alexander Rowe to the inside of Nicholas Samadillo, and he has help from the 88, but there goes Samadillo to the inside of the 22 for the lead. Isaac Nichols losing the lead on the final lap of the race, and they're side by side for the lead with 1 lap to go here in the Coca-Cola 100k. Now if Isaac Nichols helps the 88, but Nichols might try to get 3 wide for the lead here on the final lap. They're still side by side. Samadillo currently leading, but Nichols might still win this thing, and he might very well get to the inside of Samadillo and take the lead. Coming to the checkered flag, Isaac Nichols and Nicholas Samadillo, Hendrick teammates. They're going to be dead even at the line. Who's it going to be? Nicholas Samadillo wins 2 in a row here in the Aero Electric Pro Series. How about that? He won Dirt Extreme 4 last Wednesday. He started last in this race, but he still got the victory. 2 in a row for the 88 of Nicholas Samadillo. And Alexander Rowe, he got to the inside of Isaac Nichols. They both have Nichols. It's both in their names, and I get them confused. Excuse me there. But Alexander Rowe got to the inside of Isaac Nichols, and that opened the door for Samadillo to get to the inside of Alexander Rowe. And that was a pretty good race at the line there. But Nicholas Samadillo got the run on the outside and beat his teammate to grab his 2nd win of the season here in the Aero Electric Pro Series. That was a good race. It's a really good race. Top 10 received points. Nicholas Samadillo, Isaac Nichols, Christian Master, Alexander Rowe, Sergio Larvin Alonso, Tristan Allen, Jay Jefferson, Thomas Troxel, and even after Jesse Turner slid there, he's still going to salvage a couple of points, finishing 9th in number 43, and Caleb Hoffman rounds out the top 10 in this one. Points leader James Richardson will not gain any points towards the championship as he finished outside the top 10. And you see the rest of the results there. But the rest of the results really don't matter that much because only the top 10 receive points. But Nicholas Samadillo, a winner for the 2nd race in a row here in the Aero Electric Pro Series. And it was a good one here at the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway in the Coca-Cola 100k. Nicholas Samadillo is definitely going to be the points leader at the end of this race. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Nicholas Samanio for winning. Next race is going to be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now, we have a good chance of having a side-by-side finish of that one as well, but you guys will see that one, I believe, Saturday. It's going to be the first Saturday race for the Aero Electric Pro Series, and I hope you guys enjoy that one at the Brickyard. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching once again. Here are the point standings for the Aero Electric Pro Series, and that is it for me. I will see you guys later.
Straight like an arrow deep in an ocean of glass, I crash through the black. Follow the sound, the beat of your heart like a man. I'll capture you back, run into the shadow.